Presidency has faulted former Vice President Atiku Abubakar for comments comparing governance under the All Progressives Congress APC to a military dictatorship, describing the comparison as misleading and exaggerated. Special Advisor to the President on Media and Public Communications, Sunday Darius, said the remarks amount to a distortion of history and an attempt to delegitimize democratic outcomes due to his electoral defeat. Dario was reacting to comments attributed to Atiku at a public event in Abuja, where the former vice president reportedly described the APC-led administration as worse than military rule and the poorest form of governance he had witnessed in nearly 4 decades of political engagement. In a statement posted on his verified X handle, Darius said it was troubling for a former vice president who served under a constitutional democracy to compare democratic governance with military authoritarianism. Darius further accused Atiku of deploying exaggerated rhetoric to undermine confidence in democratic institutions whenever electoral outcomes do not favor him. All right, Kaidi, let me start with you. What do you make of the former vice president's comments and also the response from the presidency?
I think, pardon me to use the word, Chief Sunday Dare is an elitist writer, so it wasn't so harsh, to Atiku, but I think he was just staying on the issues that Atiku actually exaggerated, and I think he did, because when you know what a dictatorship government is all about, we are not close to it at all. Maybe Mr. Atiku should just pay a visit to Rwanda. I'm sure he must have gone there. Let him just spend 1 month and have a feel. In fact, they even call it benevolent dictator. Let him have a feel of what it means to be called a dictator. A dictator where someone can call names and call all kinds of things, and you call that person a dictator, I think it's actually exaggerated. But I think we'll be sounding like a clowns to be surprised that politicians will use such words against themselves. Whatever you can do to discredit your opponent is our kind of politics here. I haven't seen that kind of decent politics where people stay on issues. People try to dodge the issue and come up with the personality. So for me, I do not think there's anything close to it. I know it's a democratic government, and probably what is likening to dictatorship is the fact that many, what do you call it now, the opposition is moving to APC. Who do you blame? When Obasanjo and himself were president and vice president, the whole of AD, even though that was through election, the AD that was ruled by the Southwest that was ruled by the AD all moved to the PDP. And at the end of the day, they had 31 states. So I think it's a revenge as far as APC is concerned. So whatever is using as elements of dictatorship, because people like us, I don't know about you, we've tested the two governments, and I don't think this is dictatorship.
Absolutely. I mean, Majid, Atiku's comments, is there any truth to it? And also, should policy disagreements and also economic frustration be equated, to military-style dictatorship, in your opinion?
Before I answer that, I will read what Atiku's son, Abba Atiku, what he said when he defected to the APC. This is Atiku's biological son, no, not from another person. He said, with this development, I will work with Senator Barrow to actualize the second-term bid of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, come 2027. To this effect, I'm directing all coordinators of my association to join the APC and work for President Tinubu, quote and unquote, Abba Atiku. So, if Atiku's son can leave his father's party and defect to go and join Tinubu, quote and unquote, that Atiku is now calling a dictator, I mean, it shows that Atiku himself should search himself. It means even right within your household, the center is not holding. You can't convince your family that they should remain with you where you are in ADC, to the effect that your son went to join the president party. Of course, it shows that what Atiku is saying is just out of, I mean, the wish to say something like they will say in Yoruba, there is no way another man's farm will be bigger than your own farm, no matter how big see, you always see your own as the best. So that's what there is no, I mean, you will not want to give credit to your enemy even when you know he's doing the best, or to the opposition. So that's Atiku. Atiku cannot comment Tinubu. Of course, we don't expect him to. He will continue to criticize Tinubu. But then there should be constructiveness in criticism. Okay. Not for you to like, what is tyrannical? What is tyrannical in what Tinubu is doing? What is dictatorial in what the president is doing? I mean, he's not forcing all the governors that are coming into his party. He's not forcing them. I mean, they are going out of their volition. Governors have immunity. At least Seyi Makinde are still Seyi Makinde is in PDP. I mean, he has not.
Okay. All right, Majid, let me ask you this. Looking at all the things the former vice president has said, let's look at the gains of Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. In your opinion, has this administration delivered the dividends of democracy to Nigerians?
Well, if you ask me, it was tough in the beginning. I mean, we all felt the pain, especially that declaration on May 29th of removing fuel subsidy and floating the Naira. It hit everybody like a thunderbolt. But today you can plan. Just at the weekend, Shell announced its decision to invest $20 billion. You don't invest in an economy where you don't have where you don't trust. It means they must have seen something. The Shell team came to Nigeria 6 months in Tinubu's government, and they went back, reviewed situations. 2 years later, they were back with a $20 billion investment.
All right, Majid, just hold that thought. We have Pat calling in from Port Harcourt. Pat.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening to you.
Good evening.
Good evening, good evening.
Let me tell you people, ADC is not a threat to APC.
Okay.
It's not a threat at all to APC. Now, Tinubu is even doing better. Tinubu is doing better now. When Tommy ran for presidential election 2015 or what did he get? Who knows him? So let all of them combine together and feels they can win Tinubu is a lie. The devil, you know, is better. Those ADC, they don't have any good thing to offer. They are all bitter. They are all bitter.
All right, thank you so much, Pat. Thank you so much. All right, Majid, I'll let you land on your thoughts so that I get to Kaidi.
So like I said, it's just an article looking for something to say. It's like when you lose an election, you want to continue to go to court. From high court, you go to appeal court and Supreme Court, just to hold your people together, even when you know you're not going to get any result from the court. So we know politicians, they are very, very optimistic. He has to continue to criticize Tinubu, or else what is he going to use to campaign? You don't expect Atiku to praise Tinubu now, because he's going to campaign with something.
Absolutely.
So, Tinubu has delivered on some of the things he promised, but we believe he can still do more.
Okay. I mean, where should Nigerians draw the line between constructive criticism of a government and delegitimizing democratic governance itself? Looking at the statement from Alhaji Atiku Abubakar.
If you ask where should Nigerians draw the lines, I think the callers have drawn the line.
Exactly.
And they are the Nigerians, you know. They are a microcosm of the bigger picture of what Nigerians are saying. Nigerians, I think they are very logical. They are very objective. And I was so impressed with what Majid said. You know, trust me, a lot of us call, especially the economic team of this administration.
Just hold that thought. I apologize. Akisoya calling from Ilukpiju. Akisoya, real quick. Akisoya. Okay. Akisoya is busy with someone who wants to come inside.
Like I was referring to what Majid said. You know, a lot of us, including me, I'm saying it openly now.
Yes.
I was almost saying, what is wrong with the economic team of this administration? But they've proven to me that I'm a complete novice. I'm a complete layman when it comes to economy, you know, because they have told us that it's going to be a painful surgery. And like they say, tragedy, surgery is better than tragedy.
Absolutely.
We would have entered into a tragic situation as a country. We are even borrowing to pay salaries. Probably there would definitely be a massive job loss because it was quite terrible. You know, you're dealing with a budget where you borrow most of the money to fund it. Now we are talking about, go and check the budget of many states. I am a journalist. I look at the budget, most of them are tripled, which means there is opportunity for you to triple what you're doing on the roads. There's opportunity for you to invest in people. There's opportunity for people to grow. And for those who say, okay, what was the price before now? They should also bear in mind that the minimum wage has also moved up.
Has also increased.
Somebody said the price of a wrap of eba that you were selling for me and the rice, the spoon that you were using to buy 200, you guys need to bring it back because the prices have dropped. You know, people are beginning to have that conversation. You know, so I'm not insensitive to people who could not put food on their table. We need to attend to them, and I think that's where this government is focusing on. There's so much attention on the poorest of the poor. We need to attend to them. They need to be taken care of in our social investment program.
All right, Majid, I need you to just round up on this. Round it up for us.
People should understand that even in America and in London, in UK, there are homeless people.
That's true.
There are people without shelter. There are people who barely find this. People who sleep under bridges. So it happens everywhere. Things are tough, but things could get better. Yes, Tinubu has tried, but we still need to do better. There is, Nigerians are facing some hardship, but then I think the worst is over. Things will surely get better.
Things will surely get better. Majid Jami, thank you so much for joining us via Zoom. Thank you so much for doing this with us.
Thank you.
All right, then. I also did the show with Kaide Ladeni. Thank you so much
my pleasure.
for having this conversation with us, okay? And the show was also, beautiful one, courtesy some of the guys, the technical crew. Thank you so much for pressing the right buttons for this show to be a success. And that's it on Journalist Hangout today. Join us tomorrow for another episode of the program. Yes, you can watch the repeat broadcast of this episode tonight at 11. Join us on Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. for Journalist Hangouts on Sunday. We are on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Benga Oreshegun. Bye for now, and God bless Nigeria.